Hi, I am sorry I look exhausted, but that is what I am. I am exhausted. Luckily, it's just 2 more days at work. It's going to be Sunday night and Monday night, and I am done. And I will be heading south. I'm going to stop at my sons to say hello. They just came back from their honeymoon, so I want to see how they are and have some coffee with them. And then I will I am going to meet with a couple of friends there from work, from my previous job where I retired from, in Minneapolis. And then I am going to head south. I have to drive all the way to Abilene, Texas, where I will be meeting my other friends, my nomad friends, for the Lollapalooza. I am super excited about that. I hope I will be able to enjoy, because after all this exhaustion here, plus driving, 20 hours or so, I hope I will be able to put two words together. We will see. But today I wanted to share something super unusual with you, something that moved me deeply. And there is a little bit of a story behind this. There is this person at work. His name is Andrew. And I have noticed him because he dresses in a very formal way, even if we are working inside of a factory, which is kind of not very usual, so to say. But he's very formal, so that made sense afterwards when I got to know him a little better. The circle got closed. He dresses formally because he is a very formal person. He has a set of rules. He follows his rules, which is fantastic. But you cannot not notice him, because while he's working, he sings. And he doesn't sing just all the songs you hear in the radio. No, he actually sings. He has this opera voice, and he sings amazing. So little by little, when we started talking over the days and days, he told me that he sings Baroque, and that is his preference, and he sings in church. And so one thing led to the other. I ended up telling him a story that is the one I want to share with you. Some 30 or 40 years ago, 30 years ago, someone who lives in Spain and has property there, he bought some things from a church that was being demolished, and he bought some items from the church, and among them he got a page of a manuscript of Gregorian chant. If you have never heard Gregorian chant, I recommend you go to YouTube and listen a little bit to it. It is just beautiful, and it's those monks in those monasteries singing their prayers in a particular way. So I was telling Andrew that this person from Spain gifted me, all those many years ago, this huge page of that Gregorian chant book. And those pages, they were not made of paper. They were made of sheep skin. And then the monks would write the notes there, and they were gigantic. And they would flip them and sing the next page, and flip that one and sing the next page every day during their prayers. So when this person gave me this page of that book that was from probably the 1500s, 1400s, 1500s, somewhere in Spain, it was amazing to have that piece of history in my hands. And I wanted to frame it and put it somewhere, but I didn't know exactly how, because it is a two-sided page. And I was not sure what to do with it. I loved it, but since I don't understand music and I don't read music, it didn't mean that part to me, that it didn't sound like music. That page came with me from my country, from Uruguay to the United States, and was with me all these years. When I finally got rid of all of my possessions to become a nomad, that was one of the few things I couldn't part ways with, because I sold some of my things. I gave my son most of my furniture and ornaments and things. But I didn't know what to do with this page, because it was a dear thing. It had some meaning for me. It was a very old thing that I didn't want to just part ways with, because I thought I could sell it on eBay or one of those sites and make a little money with it. But I never got to do it. And somehow it was always here in the van with me all of this time. So when Andrew told me that is one of the things he likes to sing, I got it from the car. I walked into the warehouse and I met with him and I gave it to him. And that is when the magical thing happened. And this is the thing I really want to share with you, because I am sure you're going to love it. He looked at this thing with some reverence in his eyes that I appreciated a lot, and he opened it and he immediately started singing it, and my heart melted. Not only he knew how to sing that, which to me was amazing. It is in Latin, and he just started singing it. He understood it. But also, this document, this paper that was once written by a monk and that was read by many monks during their daily practice of singing their prayers, was kept for decades, for centuries. And now this one person here in Thief River Falls brought it back to life. And suddenly, that piece of music that was silent for centuries got a voice again. That to me was just magic. And I don't know, I wanted to share this with you because it is so impressive to me that they communicated that way. That monk that wrote it and the monks that sang it every day, somehow they got connected to this person on the other side of the planet, when these ones probably didn't even know that there was another side of the planet. And suddenly their voices got expressed again in Andrew's voice. So I know he's going to watch this and he's going to kick himself, because he will say, oh, I should have sung this way or this other way, or I should have do this with my voice or whatever. And that is not the point. There is a lot of noise in the background because of the noises in the warehouse. There's a lot of noise there. And but that is not the point. The point is the communication through the centuries, from some monks that used to sing it every day, with this person that sings at church every Sunday. Centuries later, he brought it back to life. I think it is fascinating. And let's take a listen, and then I will tell you what else I think.
Something like that.
Amazing. So somehow I decided this page is never going to have a better home than with Andrew, because at least he understands the value of it, and he understands that music, and it is part of his life. So I gave it to him. It was just a thing from those monks to Andrew. It was meant to be, and to me it is so incredible, because I had that piece in the tube with me for decades, and it found a home. So if you're planning on becoming a nomad and you don't know what to do with your things, I mean, after selling and donating and whatever, if you have something of value, think of someone you may know that may appreciate it, because you never know, but that may be the person who has to have it. Andrew, thank you so much for bringing those monks back to life through your voice. You're especially gifted, and I appreciate your friendship. So don't be too judgmental or critical against how you should have done it. I think you did an amazing job, again, of bringing this to life. So thank you, everybody. Let me know if you like Gregorian chant, if you're familiar with it, and otherwise what your opinion is about Gregorian chant. You have a great weekend. Take care.